Hi guys! So it's drawing time again. It's time to draw my next read. So I took a little bit of a break from the Pop Sugar Challenge for to read a book that I've been wanting and just came out. And you can check out everything about that book in my previous videos. It was Jan McCurdy's Half His Age. So, time for my next draw. And this one is actually updated. So I put in all the changes that I've done. I've taken out the bad ones. So I should have everything updated here. And hopefully I'm not going to make any more changes and just, have to do it all over again. Oh, no. This looks is final. Okay, so let's draw my next read then. I feel like, let's do this one. What is it? Oh, prompt 34. Oh yeah, I did have a bit of a problem with this one. So prompt 34 is a book with a trans or a non-binary protagonist. So my problem wasn't that, that it was about a trans or non-binary protagonist. I was just, trying to find a book that had that. And it's not always in the description and stuff. But what I did find was, and I hope this fits the bill. From what I heard, it does. Cemetery Boys by Aiden, what was it? Thomas, Aiden Thomas. So yeah, you can see it there. Hopefully it's clear. Anyway, so I've actually been interested in reading this book for a while, but I was having a hard time finding the audiobook, but it is on Audible, and I do have a couple of credits, so I'm going to spend a credit on it. And let's see, Cemetery Boys. So what is it about? So it's the first book in the Cemetery Boys series, and it was a nominee for Reader's Favorite Debut Novel in 2020 for the Goodreads Choice Awards, and also nominee for Reader's Favorite Young Adult Fantasy and Sci-Fi. Okay. So, what is it about? Yadriel has summoned a ghost, and now he can't get rid of him. I hope I read that right. When his traditional Latinx family has problems accepting his gender, Yadriel becomes determined to prove himself a real brujo. I speak some Spanish, but it could be, Latin American Spanish. Anyway, I would read it brujo. With the help of his cousin and best friend Maritza, he performs the ritual himself and then sets out to find the ghost of his murdered cousin and set it free. However, the ghost he summons is actually Julian Diaz, the school's resident bad boy, and Julian is not about to go quietly into death. He is determined to find out what happened and tie up some loose ends before he leaves. Left with no choice, Yadriel agrees to help Julian so that they can both get what they want. But the longer Yadriel spends with Julian, the less he wants him to leave. Hey, sounds interesting. It's definitely out of anything I've ever read. I did once try to read a story about ghosts, but I don't know, it was just weird and I found it boring, but hopefully this should be good. And it's 344 pages in hardcover. I don't know how many pages it is in or how many minutes it is. But yeah, I've heard good things, so this should be interesting. I've never read such a book, but that's why I'm doing this challenge, to read more diversely, because if it me, I'm going to read cozy mysteries and lots of space sci-fi and a whole bunch of fantasy, preferably with elves, because elves are hot. Okay, I don't read romance, but it's like if a cute elf is like fighting a war, then I'm all for it. I am very visual. Anyway, so yeah, let's read this book and stay tuned for my opinion on it, and we'll see what I think. So follow along, and also follow me, all of that good stuff, and stay tuned, and you will be able to find the written review on Goodreads, Storygraph, and my site, the Unapologetic Reviews. And also, I'm going to do a video review here once I'm done with the book. So yeah, see you then. Bye. Hi guys! So this is a review of Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas, and I read this as part of the 2026 Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, and this was for prompt number, I'm just going to check because I keep forgetting, 34, which was a book with a trans or non-binary protagonist. So I'm just going to say this off the bat. I just gave this 3 stars. I really wanted to love it. This has been on my TBR for like forever. I was recommended this book. I really wanted to love it. And I did love parts of it. I loved the world building. The world building is amazing. This whole brujos, brujx community within Latinx, and all the people, and the whole Dia de Muertos thing, and also the whole like they're in LA and all of that. It was very good. And I also love the characters. I loved Yadriel, he's the trans boy character, and I loved Julian, and Marita. I was kind of like, she's not my favorite, but she's okay. And so yeah, this was the characters were great, the world building was great. So why did I only give it 3 stars? I gave it 3 stars for the mystery, because the mystery wasn't good. It just wasn't. It starts up with the mystery, and then nothing happens, and then they do like two, I think it should be 2 things to like maybe solve the mystery, and then at the end, towards the end, they just stumble onto the solution. They literally just stumble onto the solution. And, oh, yeah, this was the solution. Great. Fine. So, and it really wasn't that complicated. I mean, I think a 10-year-old can solve this. So at the start, there's something happens in a place. And I was thinking through the whole thing, like, why don't you go back to that place? I mean, it's obvious that's where you should be looking. No, they don't. They just don't. And also around halfway, there was this, like one of the side characters. There are a lot of side characters, and all of their background is like in this. And so this side character tells this legend story, something, and you go like, oh, yeah, obviously, that's the solution. No, the character is just like, oh, nice story, yes. And as a reader, you're going like, no. And this was so frustrating. I mean, seriously, it was so frustrating. And also that most of this book is very static. It takes place most of the time, I swear, they're in Yadriel's bedroom, and also they're at school, and they're just talking to each other. They're just talking. They're just discussing the problems of their families, their communities, the U.S., and they're just talking and getting to know each other. I mean, that's fine, but you could be like solving a mystery while doing all of that. And that was the issue with me, for me, with this book. That the mystery was not fleshed out well. It was a very simple mystery. It didn't have many steps, and it felt very tagged on, or like the publisher or the editor or someone went like you didn't have the mystery in the first draft, and then they went like, well, you should actually have some sort of more stuff in it, because just people talking to each other isn't going to cut it. And then this mystery was just like thrown onto it, or I don't know, it just didn't feel fleshed out or worked on, or like, yeah, it felt like an afterthought. And if I'm promised mystery, I want a mystery. But yeah, it just didn't deliver any. So this could have been a 4 or 5 stars if the mystery wasn't that good, but the mystery was terrible. I mean, seriously, a 10-year-old would have solved this. Like, Nancy Drew could never. You know, I've actually never read Nancy Drew because I don't come from that culture. So I just saw the TV show. Anyway, so yeah, sadly this was only 3 stars. Am I going to read the sequel, which was announced for this year? Maybe. I really like the characters. I would be interested to see where Yadriel's and Julian's relationship goes from here. I would love to see how Yadriel's relationship with his dad and his community goes now that he's accepted as a trans boy, a brujo. So I would really love to see that. I would love to see more of this community, more of this world. So I would love to see more of the good part. I just, next time, maybe have a more complex mystery with more steps and actually try to solve it. So yeah, that's my review of Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. And I mean, or maybe I'm just too old for this book, though I have read more like younger demographic books. I love the Percy Jackson series, for example. But yeah, that was a bit of a letdown. But I may give it another chance. So yeah, for the written review, go to Goodreads or Storygraph or my own blogger site, Unapologetic Reviews, because it's my thoughts, no apologies. See you next time, and be prepared for the next Pop Sugar draw.